Okay, got a little silver maple here, which is the crappiest of the maples. They call this soft maple, I think. This is the real soft maple. I have that Americanax I've been using lately, 30-inch handle. It's not perfect. As you can see, the toe has a little damage. I didn't really sharpen until. I just didn't figure. I figured it wouldn't matter too much if I wanted to try it out. I didn't have to make it perfect. But I think that some people say, and I think there's something to that. When you have damage on your edge and you keep using it, it just incurs more damage, gives you more work. I think that could be true. I think that is true, and especially when there's like a roll, when it kind of turns a certain way, that roll will get worse and worse, and possibly the same with a chip. If you really go at it and keep going at missing steel, seems to get worse. You can see right here, a little damage right there, up top here too. But this is actually not the most important part of the axe. The most important part of the axe is probably here to here, the axe head, the bit. This is really where you want your contact to be, just because that's the most powerful part of. It's kind of like the sweet spot. You know how in baseball there's a sweet spot of the bat. Well, there's a sweet spot of the bit as well. So I haven't really cross cut with this. It's 4.5 pounds. It's pretty big. Let's see how it does. There is a crotch, so that kind of makes the grain funky. So let's see if I can avoid that. It's nice when it comes to sticking. Really nice when it comes to the sticking. This is where the crotch comes in. I mean, I gotta be honest, I haven't used an axe that doesn't stick really in a long time. And it's really pleasant to just be able to pick the axe right out of your notch. I mean, I don't even need to do it like that anymore. I could just lift up. Whoo, I love that. Try not to swing too hard. Let's see if I could just really take it easy with this. Let's see how kind of little energy I can use. Let's use my legs a little more. That would be smart. Yeah, choose your whole body. Something I've been working on is when I swing, I try to almost pull and kind of whip it. Like I bring my hands up, if that makes sense, so it kind of whips at the wood. See if I could do that right now. It seems like you get a little more power when you do that. Whoops, forgot to use my legs. Am I moving out of frame? Yeah, not really. It's actually kind of better for you. I am kind of. Here we go. I was a little stuck there. I'm just enjoying the work. Usually I'm blabbering, but whoops, you can't see the notch unless it's aimed at you. This is actually a pretty dang good cross-cutting axe too. Okay, almost done. You know, I'm like kind of flying. I just had a big relief in my life, so I'm not talking too much. I'm just enjoying throwing this axe around. So sorry. I think it's a big part of what makes me a useful idiot is that I'll just talk. I just say things, and some people value that. I find that sad people, in their heart, if they're sad, I heal their soul. No, I'm sorry. I don't actually feel that. I'm sorry just for suggesting something so foolish. See if I could. There we go. A little shaky. Yeah, I don't do a lot of underhand. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about this. I guess I'll go in right there. Man, that's nice to just be able to really easily get the axe out. Here, let me see if you're in frame. Move you up a little bit. What's that? Firewood? What the heck is that over there? What the heck is that? Yeah, it's a lot of... I personally think that it's probably the best raw material in the humans have discovered is timber and wood and lumber. All the different uses we have for it. You cook with it. You shelter with it. You know, it's a raw material for creativity. You could be an artist with it. What an incredible raw material. I love, plus you could harvest it for free pretty much. Probably why it's so important to not fuck up for all of humanity in the future, not having them. It's pretty important to keep them around, I think, selfishly. If you get rid of these things, who knows what happens to me. I could join I could join some kind of nefarious organization, and you never know what I'll get into there. I'll be like, hey guys, you need any like trees down or something? Ah, shit, we don't have any trees. Now I remember why I'm here in the first place. Anyway, let's do a little. I still got some basswood, 2 pieces of mulberry. I don't just split all my wood at once because I enjoy it so much. I want to have a little bit each day to split. It's just clearing out all these chips and bark. The basswood bark, I got to take care of all that stuff. I'll probably just burn it. It'll probably burn pretty decent. It's kind of corky. Oh yeah. That's fun. I just think it's fun. Kind of a weird piece of wood. Trying to find all the places I need to get to. There we go. Now, one thing about wearing sandals is you can't really stop a smaller piece of wood from moving as well. It's kind of dangerous. Just because, you know, your toes are exposed. If I had steel-toe boots, I'd be able to control this a little better with my feet. If you think this is dangerous, I mean, this is, in my opinion, this is safer than underhand chopping because I'm just holding it right now and my foot would be farther away from where underhand chopping would be, where it would be when I'm under chopping. Underhand chopping? Under chopping, a new sport. We're bringing back that guy that did OxyClean from the dead, and he's gonna do that infomercial. What's that guy's name? Billy Mays here with the 4.5 pound Americanax. Billy Mays here. I'm chopping wood. I decided to get a divorce and live in the woods. Billy Mays here. It's the alternative to what really happened. Wouldn't that be nice if, like, all those guys you grew up with still alive? The crocodile guy. Who else? Robin Williams. Wouldn't that be nice? I should do I might have to do an episode where I just become each one of those dudes and I chop wood and I do nice stuff. I do nice old-fashioned things. Oh yeah. My God, is chopping wood the best. I mostly split wood, so nice change of pace. Oh yeah. And you know, it doesn't need to be super tiring. Remember how earlier I was saying I just wanted to kind of do it without much effort. That's one of the issues I have with using all kinds of tools. I'll use too much force. I'll just like push too hard. I'll grab too hard. It's important to remember. You have to use the tools you use efficiently, or else you're going to hurt yourself possibly. Be efficient. Save out your body. You don't know how many guys are just living with lifelong injuries because, you know, they were doing manual labor, they were doing the hard stuff, and they thought they could kind of just do it however they wanted. But sometimes you should stick to what people have found to be like least intrusive to your body, the least amount of impact to your limbs, your tendons, all that important stuff. We're getting there. I'm just getting bit up by bugs, and you know, it's probably good to be eaten by bugs. You know how in the sea, sharks and whales like have little things that come over and clean them off and eat stuff off them? That's like bugs with a big fat guy like me. I'm a whale. I need mosquitoes to come drain me off every couple days, or else they balloon up. You got to take me to the juice squeezing room in Willy Wonka. Otherwise, so it's good we have mosquitoes to juice big fat guys like me. There we go. I'm talking for you. What was I so insecure about earlier? It was coming. Don't worry, it's coming. A lot of people do this a lot faster than I do. I'll tell you that. Put a little might into it. See if we can pop these chips a little quicker. Oh yeah. Don't you love it when the chip like just flies away? It's almost like your axe is saying this is the correct geometry. This is exactly what you want. That goes hand in hand with not sticking to to a certain extent. When an axe head profile pops chips, it usually means it's thick in the cheeks. When it doesn't get stuck, it can also mean that. It can mean that it's wedge shaped. It has a very good wedge shape, a continual taper that doesn't kind of concave at all. Yeah, if you ever see the wedge pattern, that's what that is like. What was the second thing I was talking about? So when it's not sticky, when it's fat, and also it's not sticky. Shit, what was I think I got the points across right. My God, how have I forgotten? Anyway, look at that mulberry wedge. Very cool to me. I'm a big fan of any woods that are supposed to be a little bit more rot resistant. That's my kind of thing. I just like features like that. It's like a video game, and it has like special abilities. This thing is just a dream. You know, I haven't really used an axe of this size for cross cutting, and it is fun. Man, it's fun. I get it now. I watch Kurt S's videos, and he's got a big arsenal of Australian stuff, and man, is it fun. So my notch wasn't perfect, as you can see. I have to I could almost flip it around to help myself. Yeah, look at that. Look at the bottom. So not perfect. I was almost done on that side. The other side actually was the problem. I'm doing this very much like an amateur. Instead of just finishing the 2 notches regularly, yeah, since I made a mistake, you can just turn it around. Keep going on the other side. Oh, we're almost done actually. Oops. I think a piece of wood hit the tripod. And I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're almost through. It's funny how long just processing one thing takes me on videos. A lot of these guys do so much. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive. If you see a guy processing an entire tree, just know he worked hard that day. He worked real hard that day. Even if it's just one tree and it's small, you'd be surprised how hard it can be just to move around the timber. So that was fun. Maybe I'll split it. Let's move the camera. I think I just ate one of my mosquito friends. Okay. Do you need me to edit this part, or I guess if I say silly things, you'll be like, that's all right. We like when you do that. Okay. So this is kind of a common thought when you have axe bucked wood. You don't want to go at it like this. You want to go at it perpendicular to the hard angles. Heard that quite a few times, and I totally agree with it. Make it less deflection possibility. That was a little harder than I thought it would be. Silver maple is a pretty easy wood to process. It's lightweight. I'm actually surprised. This piece looks pretty good. A little lower, because where I am is on a lower plane than up there. So already putting it on the chopping block is less leverage. So let's put it down on the ground and see what that does. Getting stuck a little here, but difficult pieces, that's kind of what happens. Now I'm putting a little effort into it. Let's turn it around, see what happens. I've always found that once you just have the piece, things get a lot easier. There we go. I had to whip that one. Ah, little knot in the middle. Can you see it? Anyway, a little more. When you go in at an angle, that's stupid. You don't want to go in on a little bit different of an angle. Makes things harder on you. I've shown that before. You just kind of hit the front of it. Hit the front of the piece stuck in your axe down on the front. Then replace it. Wow. Just like this. You're not really using any of your strength. You're kind of just letting it fall on the front of the piece of wood. Oh shit. Where's the I lost the microphone. Oh man, where's my microphone? Haha. Sorry about that. That was a big old fuck up. Everything's still on? Yeah, okay. Was I just stepping on you guys? Like you were an ant colony? Can I leave that all how it was? I think that's kind of goofy. It sucks that if you didn't hear me though. Anyway, let's get this finished. There we go. Okay, one more. All right, so I cheat left because the knot is slightly beside it. There we go. That's pretty much done. How was that? How was that for a test for an axe? I think that it passed, but it's definitely for hardwoods, you know. I'll show you this silver maple. It's actually, it's funny. The silver maple is way better than the maple I can usually get, at least looks wise. The silver maple is better than red maple when it comes to looks, I think. The red maple around here is kind of boring, but this has kind of nice heartwood. Anyway, that's a video for you guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.